about this because I'm kind of sick and tired of hearing about it. Georgia needs to stop crying. Now, guys, obviously, SEC Media Days happened last week, and when Steve Sarkisian and Kirby Smart took the podium last week, Steve Sarkisian dunked on the Georgia program. He had Tyler Atkinson signing to Texas or committed to Texas. He had James Johnson flipping from Georgia to Texas. Yesterday, Sunday, Derek Cooper chose Texas over the Georgia Bulldogs. And all I have heard from Georgia fans is money. That's the only reason people go to Texas is money. We don't do money. We're relationships over transactions. All this clickbait bullshit that you hear from everybody. And I'm sick and tired of hearing these fans cry. On Dog Nation, which has 49.7 thousand subscribers on YouTube. So yes, when I go on YouTube and I look up Georgia's opinions, I get that as one of my first ones. All I heard was Mike Griffith and Rusty Manziel cry about Texas taking their recruits, and that the only reason you would ever choose Georgia or Texas over Georgia is money. Not to mention the fact Texas is a better school. Look it up. Texas is in a better city to promote yourself and your brand. Look it up. Texas has been to the last 2 years has been to 2 Final Fours more than Georgia. Look it up. Texas, the last 2 years, has produced more NFL draft picks. Look it up. I'm so sick and tired of this, guys. And for Georgia to be doing this is crazy to me. There were some Texas fans crying about Felix Ojo. And Gerald and I pointed out why we thought that was because guess what? Felix Ojo lied to multiple people, multiple schools about, hey, I'm coming to you the day of, and decided to go to the other school, even though he had that deal done for 2 months. So he lied for 2 months. That is completely different. Tyler Atkinson didn't do that. James Johnson, I thought, was going to go to Texas in the first place, committed to Georgia, and then flipped. And then Derek Cooper, Texas, guess what? Pushed NIL late and won that. But at no point did any of those 3 players said, I'm coming to you for 2 months. I'm coming to you for 2 months. Then the day of lied and picked another school that wasn't even in their top 4 for those 2 months. So for them to cry about this, guys, is it asinine? It's pathetic. And to come from a brand in a school like Georgia, I do not understand at all. And guess what? Georgia is the creme de la creme of the SEC. They have won the SEC 4 out of the last 5 years or something like that. They've won multiple national championships under Kirby Smart. So for you to be crying about recruiting battles, oh, by the way, you're also still ranked ahead of Texas. Oh, but we didn't pay any of those guys a lot of money. No. They didn't get paid. They just love the University of Georgia. They just came here to play for Georgia for free. Come on, dude. Like, what world are we living in? What world are we living in? Here, just for shits and giggles, guys, this is where Georgia has ranked since Kirby Smart's been the head coach recruiting-wise. 2026, they are currently ranked second. 2025, they were second. 2024, they were first. 2023, they were second. 2022, they were third. 2021, they were fourth. 2020, they were first. 2019, they were second. 2018, they were first. 2017, they were third. But they just are so good with creating relationships. That couldn't be because of money. Oh, no, it just couldn't be, guys. There's never been a recruit that has been money whipped by Georgia to go there. Never happened. They don't need to. Athens is the most beautiful city on the planet. So much to do there. Great marketing school. Oh, and Georgia's just, a top 5 university to attend. I was born at night. I was not born last night. So to stop, this is ridiculous. I'm so sick and tired of the University of Georgia crying about this. And, I listen to the Georgia show here at the Voice of College Football, and those guys do a great job, Matt Green and Bo Underwood. And they were talking about Georgia, when we collabed with them, has a chip because they have blue chip tendencies, but they're not a blue chip program or blue blood program. And I think that's what this is. And I see that when we made Texas videos last year about Georgia and the aftermath of those games, when Georgia was the better football team, because that's what they were. They beat us 2 times last year. And until we beat them, they are still the kings of the SEC. I said that, and Georgia fans still got on my ass in the comments. They called me a loser. They called me a pussy. They called me stupid. They said I didn't know anything. And it might be the softest fan base I've run into. It just might be. It's turning into that. And this is definitely a budding rivalry with the Georgia Bulldogs, if it already isn't. I said when we did a video 2 to 3 months ago, if I had to beat any team on the schedule, who would I pick? It's Georgia. And it's not even close. That gap has gotten further. We can lose to Ohio State. I really don't care about that now. I want to kick the dog shit out of Georgia. I want to kick the dog shit out of Georgia. I'm so sick and tired of them, man. All they do is cry. And I'm sick and tired of it. And it's like I said, there's no other reason to pick Texas. You know, most draft picks the last 2 years, top 5 public university, beautiful city of Austin that's flourishing and only getting better, great marketing promotions, a business school that, bar none, is probably the best in the country. But, you know, there's no other reasons to pick Austin, Texas. None. Nothing. Athens is far superior in every way. The University of Georgia is far superior in every way. Their relationships are just so much better. While we have Jared Curtis, you know, I believe he's the #1 quarterback in the country, if I'm not mistaken, posting a Corvette. Brand new Corvette, $100,000 car. You know, he got that from hard work. He got that from his parents. You want to tell me that? He got that from NIL money at Georgia. Georgia pays their players just like everyone else. If I hear any fans from any school, including Texas, say, oh, well, they only go there because of money. Guess what? It's legal. This isn't 2002. We all play by these rules. Now, if someone breaks the cap and goes over, then we can have a discussion. Until that is proven, I do not want to hear about money. I do not care how much they spend on recruits as long as they're under the cap. I do not care. Can we stop with this? When you win a recruit, oh, the relationships were the best. When you lose a recruit, oh, it was all money. All money. We had the best relationship, but it was all money. It's just annoying at this point. It really is. And, you know, it's beautiful. Monday night, first topic. I'm going to go on a little rant, and that's what I've done. So let's jump into your comments real quick. Jordan, my guy, Matt, God bless, go blue. Appreciate you, Jordan, jumping in here. Yeah, it's quite annoying, guys. It's quite annoying. And Georgia fans, please stop crying. I'm done with it. Guess what? In the comments, if you want to post 2-0 versus you in the last year, going to be 3-0, no issue with that. I have none. You can say that. You can say you're the better football team on the field. You can say you're the better SEC program because you are. But don't tell me you broke because you ain't. Because you were just valued as the second most rich program in the country, by the way. Just saw that. So, Rusty Manziel, respect the work you've done and the time you've put in. What you said was stupid. Mike Griffith, same thing, but what you said was stupid. And when people say stupid things, I'm going to call them out. And I think it's also hilarious. You see Kirby Smart doing this. When Texas lost to Georgia at home, Georgia's like, oh, we were the underdogs. Or Kirby Smart said, oh, we're the underdogs in this game. No one was saying we could win. We're counted out. Da, 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 da. He gets more fired up about that than the 27 arrests in the last 2 years. The 26 arrests, whatever it is, it's 25 plus arrests in the last 2 years. Your players are over there drinking and driving, beating women. Never hear him get fired up about that. Never. But about this stuff, oh, Mr. Visor gets super fired up. Super fired up. But when it comes to that, no, nothing. Whereas, you know, Darian Gillette does that, and he's cut off the team for Texas. And listen, I love that shit. I'm glad Sark did that. Because if you drink and drive, you should be cut or suspended a pretty long time. If you beat a woman, you should definitely not be on the team. If you're having illegal weapons, you should get talking to, probably a game, half a suspension. Georgia doesn't do that. They rarely. It took them a long time to get rid of Ra Thomas. It took them a long time. But yeah, Mr. Visor gets fired up about that shit, or about the wrong shit. He needs to get fired up about that, and he doesn't. So I don't have much respect for them right now or anyone that covers that team. Rant done, rant over.